Max C 244. I'm glad Triple H's speech was on the longer side. As a fan, I want to hear the stories and his perspective during his journey. So it's not all negatives, Kev.
Yeah, my that was my whole thing. I think that if Paul doesn't go into the Hall of Fame that night, I'm not a WrestleMania. Like that was the reason I went.
Mm-hmm.
So
And listen, if there's anybody that's going to talk for an hour, shouldn't it be him?
yeah, it
Hillbilly
wasn't.
Jim was one thing.
Yeah, it wasn't like Paul was stammering, and it was just he was gracious with the amount of people that he thanked, and he's had. There's not many people that have had there's nobody that's had that run.
Yeah.
Nobody's had that run. Nobody's a 14-time world champion and the face of the company as creative slash face of the company. It's and nobody said like people like I can't believe that he's so full of himself that he called it the Paul Levesque era. It, Paul never called it the Paul Levesque era. Other people made that statement that it was now the Levesque era. And it never came out of Paul's mouth.
But all right, but even still, it, wouldn't it make if you're talking about Apple, you're going to say
Right,
the Steve Jobs era
right,
or the Tim Cook era. There is somebody that the company that is the face of the company that's identified with. I think
right.
it's valid to call it that.
I do too.
You don't have to come up with ruthless aggression too, or some bizarre moniker to mask the fact that Paul's in charge, right?
you might get flipped off if you say that.
Yeah.
You'll be joining your
Two.
friend Scott Hall in the unemployment line if you don't recover from that bicep tear, Mr. Nash.
A little bit of that. A little bit of the eye
Fuck
scratch
you.
right there. Oh, was it the forehead? I thought it was the eye.
Yeah. Retreat.
BBGX2TX. Kevin Sean should do a Heat watch along. Show would be too long. I think the movie's like in 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Yeah, it's 220. You know what started back up was you.
I saw that it popped up. I had to bail. I watched some of the first season. Wasn't it
God,
too
what the fuck do you watch?
very little, Kevin. Very little. I tell you what I watch when I see something interesting.
Man,
It was
that's
formulaic. I just kind of felt like the strings being pulled. It was very writery, and but it was for the. It was I think it was for a younger audience though. Maybe that's why I
I
don't
don't know.
connect with it,
I
whether I
I
wear a beanie or not.
I watched 3 and 3 last 2 days.
What is it?
I watched the I watched 3 episodes and I watched 3 episodes last night.
Oh, oh.
To the point where I said I'm gonna go to bed because I got to get up. And then I said, you know what? I'm setting my alarm for 10. I'm getting up. And if you stay up and watch this bullshit, then it's just gonna cut into your sleep. So
And you threw in the towel, as you should
I
have.
turned it off
Yeah.
because I said you got to get up. You got shit to do tomorrow.